This is the Rangers Postcast, your instant game reaction for the Texas Rangers, part of the Locked On Podcast Network. Your team every day.
Well, after scoring only one run last night, the Rangers score 2 tonight, and that is enough to beat the Blue Jays and blank the Blue Jays by the final of 2-0. Wasn't how we scripted it, but they will definitely take it. A much-needed, huge 2-0 win over the Blue Jays to even up the series with a chance to win it tomorrow night on a night that they will welcome back Corey Seager. Here we go. Welcome into the Rangers Postcast, your team every day, and in our case, your team every single game. My name is Jeff Biggs, longtime host and reporter. Thank you for watching Locked On Sports Rangers, your destination after every single Rangers game. This is also where you'll find the outstanding work of Bryce Paterick, who will have a lot more to say about this one and everything else coming up for you tomorrow. But tonight, we get to talk about something we haven't seen enough of lately, and that would be a rare Rangers win.
This is what you'll be talking about.
Well, I think for me, just the big takeaway was just the fact that late in the game, and specifically in the eighth inning, even you look at the bottom of the fifth, the bottom of the sixth, the bottom of the seventh, the opportunities were the Rangers were knocking. The Rangers were, sorry about the little glitch here. The Rangers were trying to get something going, and look, the way this team has played of late, the way things have gone of late, your mind starts to go to bad places, right? And you start thinking the worst, and you're thinking, okay, here we go again. Who's going to give up a run? Who's going to, which Blue Jay is going to, who knows, whatever thought, right? But instead, it was the Rangers that cranked up the pressure. It was the Rangers who cranked up the intensity and got their swagger back, and specifically Josh Jung. I mean, that was an opportunity where, maybe last night or during the road trip, he would have struck out. But tonight, he got a huge clutch hit. I mean, that was a great at-bat, a great swing, great hit up the middle in the center field the way that he did. And that's what this team needs. This team needs some juice. This team needs some swagger, and they need to kind of get that championship kind of mindset back. Like, this team is not this bad. I mean, I know it's been bad, and we've been talking about a lot of different things, but the offense is not this bad. Okay, they may not be, up at the top of the league, good, but they're not this bad, and so they need to come out of this and start carrying themselves and start winning some games and start, fighting back. Saying, no, we're not gonna just blow up this season and go down the drain. No, we're gonna come back. We're gonna rally. We're gonna play hard, and we're gonna win. And you know what? Look, season's not over, and the standings are not over. As bad as this has been, they're well within striking distance. I mean, plenty of baseball left to go on. A long season left. So, got to come back, though. Got to do it again tomorrow. Got to come back and win this series. And that's how you start. You start winning series, and then you put together a streak, and you keep it going. But just like the fight, like the way that, again, this could have gone either way, scoreless in the eighth, and good to see the Rangers finally come through with some clutch hits and clutch at bats and the opportunity to score some runs. So that was the big takeaway for me for tonight. Obviously, we'll kind of get down into some of the numbers, but hey, 2-0, they got the win. on a night when Nathan Eovaldi left early after 2 innings. Tough to see Nathan go out the way that he did, but I like the fact that the Rangers wanted to just make sure, catch it early, make sure there's no issue, make sure he doesn't do anything that's going to make it worse. They call it tricep fatigue. Never heard of that much before. You don't hear about that a lot, but that's what he was feeling. We'll hear more from Nathan, I'm sure, right now in the clubhouse, but it sounds like they're not concerned that it's an injury or that he is going to miss a start or anything. So hopefully that will be the case. But man, what a terrific job by the Rangers bullpen to throw up the zeros the way that they did. 7 shutout innings for the Rangers bullpen. I know the Blue Jays are bad. I know their offense is, right there with the Rangers. They're having a real hard time scoring runs, but I thought everybody did a really, really good job to do their part and to not give in and to not give up a run. And that's one of those things too, where you're a Rangers reliever, right? You're in the pen and you're thinking, man, we got Nathan Eovaldi tonight. We're good. And all of a sudden, it's the 3rd inning and guys are going out there. And I thought Jacob Latz, who has struggled of late, did a really, really nice job setting the tone. Three huge shutout innings. That you can't say enough about that. Sean Armstrong got out of some trouble. I thought pitched well. I like Sean. I really do. I think once he can kind of get settled into a role that he knows is his, that he can own, I think I think we could see him in a good 7th inning role. Thought he did great. Hobie Milner, does his thing. Luke Jackson, you can see it on Luke's face that he's disappointed in himself. He knows that he's been taken out of that role and he's frustrated, wants to do better, wants to help the team, wants to be the best that he can be. And good to see him, working through that and grinding through that. And again, not going the other way and collapsing or getting blown up. So good for him. And man, Robert Garcia, we talked about this the other day. I said, okay, let's give him a little break here to kind of reset. Let him just kind of gather himself and give him an opportunity. And I think he'll respond. And he did. He looked great. And I think right now, it's, Garcia, the closer, I think it's going to be his job to lose for the foreseeable future. It's going to be his right now. So whether he keeps it or, takes off and runs with it and holds on to it, that's going to be up to him. But I think, especially after this, and I know it's only one game and it's the Blue Jays, I'm not getting carried away here, but I think we've seen all season long that Robert has that potential this season. He's carried himself. He's been a team player. He has the stuff. He has the mental toughness. And so I think that move alone could really go a long way. That could really kind of reset the rest of the bullpen, and that might give the team a boost as well. So great job by the bullpen. Again, great job by Josh Jung. The turning point of the game obviously was the bottom of the 8th inning.
Time to reveal where the game was won or lost. It's the turning point.
Tough way to lead off for Marcus Semien, but Higashioka got the single to left. Nice move by Bruce Bochy right away, bringing in Haggerty, who stole second base. I think that alone right there kind of got in Green's head a little bit, right? And then Josh Smith, grounder, Wyatt, they intentionally walked, ground out for Smith. Wyatt walked, and then Josh Jung had the big base hit to bring in the first run. That broke the ice, 1-0 Rangers, and then the Blue Jays were trying to get a little cute, tried to pick off Wyatt at third base. They threw it away. He scored 2-0, and that was it. That was the game, and the Rangers will take it. All right, we're going to take our lone time out. When we come back, we are going to hear from you via the comment crew, but the Rangers bounce back. The losing streak is over. The one-game losing streak is over. They bounce back and blank the Blue Jays 2-0. This is the Rangers Postcast. I want to talk to you about Supply House and what they are doing. If you need to get the supplies you need, you want to do it from the site that is made for the skilled trades. Supply House, whether you're in plumbing, HVAC, or electrical work, Supply House is the reliable way to order products online. It's that simple. Their easy-to-use website is packed with helpful resources and the latest product info to help you get the job done right. Plus, with a complete inventory of over 200,000 parts from 400 plus top brands, you'll find exactly what you need delivered fast from coast to coast. Need help with an order? Supply House offers expert support and industry-leading service, so you'll always talk to a real person. And for trade pros looking for an extra edge, their free Trademaster program offers exclusive perks like a dedicated phone line, free shipping, and discounts on every order. Thousands of skilled professionals are already taking advantage. Now it's your turn. Join the Trademaster program today at supplyhouse.com/TM and start ordering plumbing, HVAC, and electrical supplies with just a few clicks. Plus, you can use promo code SH5 for 5% off your first order. That's supplyhouse.com. All right, here we go. Welcome back to the Rangers Postcast. The Rangers rally late, and they beat the Blue Jays by the final of 2-0. We're going to start things off with James Eustace. James, that 8th and 9th inning energy is what the team needs to bust the slump. Going to get the win before Seager's return, something to build on. Lance Simmons says last 2 innings were exciting baseball. Noah Day says, James, I agree that energy is what the team has really struggled with. Hope the Rangers can feed off it and go on a run. And James also says that bullpen, Robert Jones III, not Robert Griffith III, Robert Jones. At this point, a gritty win hopefully will get these guys going. Yeah, no doubt. Absolutely. Texas Hobby Bin says, love to see it, especially with such inconsistent ump calls behind the plate. Also hope that Evo's fine and healthy. Yeah, me too. I'm with you. Great point. Noah Day says, I'm going to be totally honest. The only start I care about as of right now is the W. The only stat I care about right now is the W. I don't care if we are the least run scored team as long as we get wins. Yeah, no doubt about it. Chase Erickson says, hello, win column. Good to be back on the right side of the game. Paul Wilson says, a clutch hit from the Jungle Cat. Kudos to the bullpen. Hope big game Nate is okay. Nothing like a win to lift the spirits. Yep, no doubt. Great posts. Stewart says, at what point does a 212 hitter that seems to strike out with runners on third and less than 2 outs or after walks need to be benched or pinch hit for in those situations. Okay. Redhead says walked Wyatt to get to Jung. Somebody missed their homework. Josh Jung was due. Then Wyatt scored 2. So much for giving free passes. Yep. Sometimes you can kind of outthink things and you can kind of get too far ahead when you just need to try to get guys out. But you know what? To Snyder's defense, I can see why he didn't want to pitch to Wyatt, just because Wyatt hit the home run and he's really quick and can hit the ball really hard. So can Josh Jung. I'm not saying he doesn't have that power either, but I think that and the force out, he was hoping to have the force out with runners on first and second, and then would have a force out at every base. But it backfired, and again, credit to Josh Jung for stepping up the way that he did. And I think, a big contribution from him, Alejandro Osuna, the way that he is blending right in, getting on base again twice tonight. You got Corey Seager coming back tomorrow. For sure, he is going to return tomorrow. So glad. I mean, not only glad that Corey's going to be back, but that this wasn't like a real lingering, even worse type of hamstring injury, that they were able to kind of grab it and catch it on time to make sure that it didn't get or turn into something worse. And so the fact that they shut him down and were able to let him heal and do what he needed to do, the fact that he is going to return tomorrow is huge. And so, hey, again, just having Corey back with little sparks like this, hopefully this will be enough to kind of get this team going. And then, we'll see in about a month or so, we'll see where the team is at and if they were able to get some wins going, and, who might be available via trade, because there are going to be players that are going to be available that are going to be let go by teams, or, allowed to leave and so on. So there'll be an opportunity. But right now, this group, I mean, they need to do it themselves. They need to start hitting, and as Noah said, just win. They just need to start winning. Isaac Harlan says, glad they won. Wish I would have seen it live. I just get so impatient with them scoring. The last straw was when Haggerty went past third when he should have stayed at third. Ugly game, but a win's a win. That was Osuna there, Isaac. But yeah, no, you're right. It's ugly, but you know what? They like you said, they got the win, and they just need more of it. They need to keep winning. And so you got Corey back tomorrow. You have an opportunity to win the series. The team hasn't. They said that the Rangers have not had a day off at home, I think, since March. Like, all of their days off have been travel days, or they've been on the road. And so they'll get a day off, and then they'll welcome in the Cardinals for the weekend. I'm checking if there's anything new on Nate or anything else, noteworthy that we need to know. But I'm not seeing anything new yet. Okay. All right. Well, anyway, Bryce Patrick will have anything else that breaks later tonight on the show tomorrow. Yeah, Isaac, it's cool, bud. I know what you meant. I know what you meant. But hey, they got the win tonight. Had to get this win. A loss tonight would have been not only another loss, but they would have definitively lost another series, and that's just not going to cut it. I mean, you've got to start winning games. You got to start winning series, and hopefully tonight will be again taking some of that pressure off, and they can come in tomorrow. They'll have Tyler Mahle back, who I think Tyler Mahle will probably have better stuff tomorrow night than he did when it was really cold for him in Chicago when he couldn't throw, his other pitches for strikes. I think he'll feel better on the mound here in Texas tomorrow. And I don't think the Blue Jays have a ton of confidence in whoever they're going to throw on the mound tomorrow. So, great opportunity for the Rangers to make it 2 in a row and win the series. But hey, they got it done tonight, 2-0 in the final. Thank you to those of you that are with me tonight, and thank you to those of you watching or listening later. And we will do it again tomorrow night after the finale. But again, our final score tonight, the Rangers blank and beat the Blue Jays 2-0 for a much-needed win. This has been the Rangers Postcast.